okay, so what's the line that needs to be crossed here in order for the 22-ster to up blick on Kuh? Now, in my head, what I established almost immediately was like, if he punches me, I'm pulling out and I'm going to start shooting at him. Okay? That's what's going on in my head. It's like, that's the line that needs to be crossed.
Ready to take it there with him.
Him just standing close to me is not enough for me to turn this into this kind of situation, right? But either way, like it ended so quickly, and his homies seemed like they were the ones that really like were more even tempered. And I mean, his homies really, and like Lush can probably attest to this because he actually went to the neighborhood, but basically like you could tell that they appreciate the fact that they're even at No Jumper, because let's be real, if you're from Pomona, it's an hour away. You're not really necessarily used to like going to places like No Jumper or whatever. And they're looking at King Pill like, okay, he's the dude that's kind of getting our foot in the door to kind of be doing more music stuff, more industry stuff, more internet stuff.
I'm Savvy Mike in this. I am Savvy Mike TV. And well, if you don't know, there was some security camera footage released of King Pill trying to fight Adam 22 after the podcast they did. Apparently they did an interview. Apparently this King Pill guy is the new guy up at No Jumper apparently, which honestly makes me think this might be fake, because 4 Extra just lost a hand. He can't do no more interviews. 607 quit. And then I bet Adam's over there like, damn, 607 quit for no reason, because literally in a week or two, 4 Extra was going to be in the hospital trying to get a new hand. And while we shouldn't be laughing at that, we shouldn't be laughing at that. We shouldn't be making jokes about that while the rest of the internet has. I should be able to make some jokes too if the internet can, but still. Either way, now, you got Brick Baby, jail, 4 Extra, hospital. And I guess King Pill is the new crash out up in No Jumper. And, I guess this is us entertaining Adam's bullshit. Because like I said, at this point now, I believe he does set this up to kind of get some hype around. Because, Flacco kind of revealed something as well. He said that this King Pill guy just hit him up out of the blue, dissing him, basically trying to get a response out of him. So when he did sit down with Adam, he had something to say about him. So clearly Adam 22 is directing this guy, producing this guy in a sense, to stir up beef with his co-host on No Jumper. So, the numbers can number. And when I guess he realized nobody wanted to have beef with this guy, King Pill, and give a fuck, Adam was like, fuck it, you'll have beef with me. So here we have Adam addressing his beef with his new employee, King Pill. Let's listen.
We're all driving around an SUV together that maybe King Pill should consider censoring out some of the swear words from his, or not swear words, but gang disses from his songs, because in particular there was one diss that could very much be perceived as a diss towards the 8 Trays. However, where King Pill is from, that same diss refers to another hood. Now, keep in mind, and Hefe from 8 Tray Gangsta Crip. When I said that he censored out the swears, I didn't mention who, not swears, but gang disses. When I said that, I didn't mention who might be offended. I didn't mention what it was, but very quickly, the and Hefe energy changed. And there's a clip, it's on the No Jumper Instagram, in which you could see Aunt Hefe kind of turning up, not being super disrespectful to King Pill, but making it clear that he don't mess with that's not cool, etc. Everybody saw it, and then it got very, very, very awkward sitting on this couch, because you have King Pill reading the chat, you have Aunt Hefe reading the chat. They're both facing directly towards the chat and are 100% paying attention to it, reading it, and the chat is going off on King Pill. You ducked it, you tucked your shit, you's a bitch, you's a pussy, you just ranked it, like, etc. You just, everybody going in on King Pill, basically clowning him. A few, maybe 5% acting like Aunt Hefe kind of a bully or whatever. But the overwhelming narrative was, King Pill, you just tucked your dick between your legs. Anyway, we come to the end of the podcast. And I even noticed Aunt Hefe kind of trying to, like, be a little cool to King Pill after that, like kind of saying like a few things to him, but for the most part, they didn't really interact for the rest of the podcast. And King Pill went silent. He barely said a word for the entire rest of the podcast.
Ant did try to be chill, though. There's a couple times he would like respond to what he said in a chill way.
And to be fair, I kind of feel like we saw a little bit of a different version of Ant Hefe yesterday because of the fact that he came in no lean, notably, just got in a car accident or just got a flat tire in his car. And it just felt like we were kind of feeling like a degree of aggression from Ant Hefe that we hadn't really seen. Like even when him and Munchie got into like a weird argument about like who's the most violent race or if black people are bad for each other in society or some shit like that. Like the level that relatively simple argument got to was like kind of intense. Like it kind of ratcheted up the aggression to a degree that I wasn't really expecting. Either way,
dumb for even like responding to it.
Yeah, that got kind of intense too. Either way, podcast ends, and I think everybody's thinking in the back of their head, we got to get these guys out of here in a timely fashion and in a way where nobody has any interaction, whatever. So what's up? So we finish up stuff here. We go out there. As I walk out there, I see that Ant Hefe is already kind of dipping and that Munchie's like damn near out the door, and the Pomona boys and King Pill are the only ones left, right? No big deal. I'm like, okay, cool. They got out smoothly. That's good. I go. I'm hungry as hell. Start heating up my meal in the microwave. As I'm heating up the meal in the microwave, King Pill comes over to me, and he says, yo, what's up with the money for the episode? Because I had actually told King Pill, I was like, listen, like, I want to try you out consistently on the Tuesday show. He said, all right, but bro, I'm broke, so I need money. Like, you know, are you going to be able to pay me? I said, okay, cool. We'll be able to give you a little bit of money for appearing on here or whatever. Is the music seriously that loud? What the fuck is wrong with these girls? Just so you guys know, it's a plug talk day. We got to make sure that door stays closed. This is insane. But anyway, so
Calvin Harris DJing in the next room.
Yeah, shout out to Calvin Harris. God damn, I really just wanted to get through the story of these pieces of shit. Oh, they closed the whatever. Anyway, so King Pill starts coming over to me talking to me about this $200 or whatever the fuck it was. He's saying, yo, like, can you send me that money right now? I said, yeah, you know the group chat that I put you in with Josh? Just text that, and Josh will send it to you by the end of the night. He goes, by the end of the night? He's like, I'm trying to get paid right now. I need that money to get home. And I'm like, you realize that like a lot of people who work here, you know, you get paid like every 2 weeks, every month, whatever, at the end of the week, et cetera. I'm like, it's not like, why are you acting like it's just like the most obvious thing in the world that you're supposed to be getting paid instantly as soon as you finish the podcast? Like, you got to chill.
Yo, Adam, wait. I was rocking. I was like, okay, if he had a plan to like, you know, pay him every week, or if he was gonna have him on a Tuesday pod and this pod, that pod, okay, whatever. Like, cool. You were here one time, $200 a week, cool, whatever. But it don't even really sound like you got like. That's the thing. This nigga didn't clock in. Like, Adam, my nigga. Like, what are we doing? Like, the King Pill literally, okay, cool, Tuesday show, bet. Sign here, W-2s here, you know, put the application in, do all this extra shit here, cool, bet. Here's your badge. When you get to the No Jumper offices, you know, you just scan your, you come right in, and right here, you see that right there over there, King Pill, you see that over there? That is a time clock, my nigga. You're going to go over there. When you get to work, you're going to punch in, boom, punch in. You're going to come, we're going to sit, we're going to pod, we're going to do a little potting. You can come out, you're going to hit that thing, and look, when I call you back, we're going, I'll pay you whatever, 80 an hour, 90 an hour, whatever you want to get them, Adam. Like, bro, but at least let that be known. I don't even think that was known. No, Adam doesn't have a time clock. ain't even known. So to sit here and think you're gonna tell this nigga, yeah, I'm gonna pay you bi-weekly, monthly. What the fuck? You mean to tell me you're gonna hold out on? I told you I'm broke. I need a ride home. I need an Uber home, Adam. You can't Uber me home, my nigga. You can't at least, okay, here's some money for Uber. You want to get something to eat. You did well today. Blase blah, blase blah. You really turned the chat up. You really turned the street ups. You held it down as a man. You didn't get into a fight with Buddy when he was pressing you. I fuck with you. You know, here you go. Go home. What's your cash app, buddy? What's your cash app, Brody? Boom. I sent you 100. Figure it out. Like, you couldn't at least, like, I give you half of your check right now. Because you know good and goddamn well this isn't any official shit you got going on. You ain't got taxes on these niggas. These niggas aren't making W-2s when they come and sit on those jumper. Like, stop this shit, Adam. You could have cash apped that nigga. Like, what the fuck? But Adam comes, like, he comes on his podcast, he comes on his show and makes it seem like I should care about what is he coming to me for? I said I'd give him $200 an episode. I didn't say $200 every week. I didn't say $200 every 2 weeks. You know, I'll probably give him $200 every month. He'll get his $200 when he gets his $200. Like, what? That's fucked up, Adam. Especially when the man done told you he's down bad, he's looking for work. You're saying, hey, I have an opportunity for you here. If you want to come work here, you could do this, and I'll pay you. Like, the man is like, okay, I did work. Nigga, pay me. Like, pay me, nigga. What are we doing? And you're just like, nigga, your hours haven't allocated. I haven't did payroll for the week. Like, what are you coming to me for some money? Come on, Adam. Fuck out of here.
Like, the idea is that you're supposed to be on here consistently, you know, and it's like, why are you putting pressure on me to pay you instantly as soon as, you know, it just like struck me as a very weird thing. But his energy is weird. He's walking towards me. He's like really like kind of getting close to me and stuff. Pull up the No Jumper Instagram. We're gonna start reviewing the footage of what actually happened in the office right here because, yeah, it's very.
Me and Donnie were both there too, so.
Yeah, so I do have some people who can attest to the way that this whole situation went down. All right, let's pull up this video. Here we go. King Pill tries to fight Adam 22 after their podcast. Now, there's no audio here, but we're going to be able to see the body
I mean, you can see it from that first pick. Look at the body language in the first pick.
Yeah, okay, so let's press play.
It went on screen, right?
Yeah, obviously. So you see me to the left, and that's King Pill wearing the army fatigues. We love a man in uniform.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of pressing me right now. He's saying, like, you know what, can you send it right now? I said, Josh can send it. He goes, can you make him send it right now? I'm like, if you want, you could call him. He goes, why can't you call him? He's like, it's your business. You could call him. He's like, just pressing me about like the dumbest shit possible right now. And those are all his boys.
You see how Shorty had tried to reach out and like grab his hand and tell him to chill too, really subtly?
Yeah. And so, okay, I'm like grabbing my food out of the microwave right now, slightly off camera. And you'll see that I start to walk kind of across the office. You're going to see this in just 1 second. He's still talking to me in a rather aggressive way at this point. It's like slowly ratcheting up. And this is me walking away and being like, bro, you need to chill. Like, Josh will get it to you, whatever. Okay, go to the next one. And like you can see, he's kind of like in my face now, right? Look at the way he's walking towards me. Look at the body language. Look how he's like, and then look he just bumped into me, and then I kind of like push him away. And then his boys jump in here. They're pulling him away. They're separating him. So what's he do? He pulls out his phone, typical internet thug, pulls out his phone, starts filming. I'm sure he's going to drop this footage at some point. He starts calling me the F slur, starts acting like I'm a bitch. The reason why I'm in the cubicle now is because I was looking for a lighter, and I was actually grabbing one off of Mikey's desk. So I'm trying to light a spliff right now, and King Pill trying to film a skit. He's trying to act like real angry. He's mad. But his boys are the ones standing in between him. Now look what he does here. He knocks the balls off, and he's still talking shit on the way out. And his boys go, shout out to his boys, honestly. The rest of the dudes from Pomona, we got to give it to them. that they immediately shut the situation down because you got to understand the 22ster keep that fire on him. So when King Pill is doing all this, I'm starting to do the math in my head, and I start thinking, okay, so what's the line that needs to be crossed here in order for the 22ster to up blick on Kuh? Now, in my head, what I established almost immediately was like, if he punches me, I'm pulling out and I'm going to start shooting at him. Okay? That's what's going on in my head. It's like, that's the line that needs to be
ready
crossed
to
here.
take it there with him.
Him just standing close to me is not enough for me to turn this into this kind of situation, right? But either way, like it ended so quickly, and his homies seemed like they were the ones that really like were more even tempered. And I mean, his homies really, and like Lush can probably attest to this because he actually went to the neighborhood, but basically, like, you could tell that they appreciate the fact that they're even at No Jumper, because let's be real, if you're from Pomona, it's an hour away. You're not really necessarily used to like going to places like No Jumper or whatever. And they're looking at King Pill like, okay, he's the dude that's kind of getting our foot in the door to kind of be doing more music stuff, more industry stuff, more internet stuff. And so I think in that moment, his boys are kind of viewing this like, oh, he's about to screw up all the motion that we've kind of got going at this point in terms of the hood vlog, King Pill being in New York. Keep in mind, yes, I did 2 interviews with King Pill. I was also in New York staying in the same hotel with him for like 3-4 days, right?
So you consider him a friend to a degree.
I felt like we had the kind of relationship that was actually legit. He's asking me for advice. He's asking me what I should do, what he should do in his career. He's asking me what, kind of moves he should make. He's telling me, yo, I'm thinking about moving back to the California area. I'm thinking.
Yeah, because he saw you as a mentor, Adam. He saw you as his boss, and he was your employee. And this is my boss that could help put me on and get me more opportunities within the industry, within the internet shit, whatever. Like, yeah, put me on, nigga. Like, what do I have to do? I'm trying to make it out of the trenches. I'm trying to take me and my brothers out of the hood. What do I have to do, Adam? And I'm sure at that point, some plans were probably concocted. Some plans were, pause, especially with Adam. He likes him a freak off. He can't wait till Diddy's out of jail. He's trying to have the first freak off on his plug talk couch. He's like, Diddy, as soon as Diddy get out, we're getting all the Astroglide and baby oil. We're getting the freak off exclusive. Me and Diddy sitting down in the corner watching my wife Lena and Young Miami go crazy with Jason Love. Let's get it. Freak off. Let's go. Where's the baby oil? That's what Adam waiting on. That's what Adam care about. He don't give a fuck about this. So yeah, I half of me believes this is concocted and this is contrived. This is all a play to help get more numbers and views and reactions onto No Jumper's platform. And the other half of me really believes Adam is a cheap asshole that will hire a nigga and tell him, yeah, we can do shows together, we do this together, we do that, I'll pay you. And then when a nigga is kind of down bad and just like needs some help, like, look out for me, we just did an interview, I just got pressed, I mean, just send me 200 real quick, and you just keep telling them, oh, get with my accountant. Like, nah, nigga, just at me. you can hit it. And then the craziest part about all of this, the craziest part about this whole thing was Adam was looking for an excuse and reason to kill him. Like, that's what he literally just said. In his very cultural appropriating, culture vulture way. He just said he wanted to up the blick on Kuh. He wanted a reason to. Now, what Adam 22 just said, and the fact that it is Crips and Bloods in L.A., Adam 22 sit on his couch and just talk like this. Talk how you want to. Because he probably does have a licensed registered gun on him. Man, look, we hear the whiteness at all times. I wanted to pay you bi-weekly. White. I was looking for a legal. You know, he sounded like that cop in that Straw movie with Taraji P. Henson. He was like, I was just looking for a legal reason to blow your fucking head off. That's what Adam 22 said to his fucking employee that he planned on paying bi-weekly and monthly without a fucking timesheet or punch card. Like, what? I am Savvy Mike. And this is I am Savvy Mike TV. Oh, we're back. We're fucking back. Peace.